Well team, I cannot believe this day is here. I've been dreaming of a boat like this for years and years. Back in 2020, about 4.5, 5 years ago, we started the Angler's Logbook. Been working really hard to make something like this a reality, and the day's finally here. We've got our brand new Stabicraft 2050 Supercab Sportfish. This boat is an absolute weapon. It is my dream boat. To be honest, I cannot believe this is a reality. So we're going to take you right through the outside, the inside of this boat, get out on the water and show you how good this fishing weapon is. Well, we'll start at the ground up. There's no better place to start than the trailer. This trailer was made by DMW Trailers, and so far I've been really happy with how it's turned out. It's got a couple of add-ons we've got for the extra spare tyre on the front. One mission we did down the South Island on our last family boat, one of the tyres absolutely blew apart, so definitely, like with the amount of travel we're doing, want to make sure we had a spare on there in case anything like that happens again. But yeah, really happy with the trailer. It's got the alloy mags as standard on here, and really it just does what it needs to. Real easy to put the boat on and off, and been really happy with it so far. Still trying to work out whether we do a couple more customizations to this. One we're looking at is maybe putting Baylex on here. The other one is we do have a boat catch on the front of this Stabie, and so we could do a boat catch mount at the front of the trailer. Let me know in the comments what you think the way to go is, because still trying to wrap my brain around that one and figure out what's going to be best. So next thing we'll show you is this Haswing Cayman. So on this boat, really stoked to be working with the team at Lusty Blundell. This is an absolute game changer for our fishing, both freshwater and saltwater. It's the Haswing Cayman, 80 pounds at thrust, and the real benefit to us is one, we can mosey around when we're doing freshwater fishing or soft baiting in the shallows for snapper, and we can move around really quiet in the shallows. The other thing it enables is spot lock, so we can push the anchor button and it'll just hold us over that spot, which is really handy when you're out dropping on pins for kingies or just fishing around the shallows, trying to fish around bommies and not be washed into it. So that is a real handy bit of kit. So I'm absolutely wrapped with the colour of this boat. It's gunmetal grey, and I think it looks sick. So you'll see as we go through this boat, the real big thing I've been thinking about as we've gone through this build is, one, I want to be able to catch big fish on this everywhere, all sorts of different types of fishing we do. But the other thing is I want it to look really good on camera and be really easy to make awesome YouTube content off this.
It's pretty heavy, man.
Yeah, that's a big fish, bro. Nah, it's a kingy. Oh, yeah, small kingy. Oh, there's another one, isn't it?
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Drop it down, Brennan. Drop it down.
Gunmetal grey looks awesome and really good for filming with. It looks real nice on camera. Got all our brands on the side here. Obviously Angler's Logbook up the front, and then all our fishing gear is provided by Okuma, CD Rods, Rapala, and of course working with the team at Stabicraft. You'll see up the front here, we've got the name First Edition. Been tossing and turning on what we do with the name, but settled on First Edition, on theme with the Angler's Logbook, and I think it really sums up the boat nicely, because this is my first boat. It's the first boat for the channel, and there's plenty more to come yet, but yeah, First Edition, it's the name of the boat, and pretty stoked with that. Well, any good fishing boat of course needs a big motor on the back of it, and on this one we have gone for the maximum horsepower that this boat is rated for, 175 horsepower. The motor we've gone for is Honda, as you would have seen in the last video. We're teamed up with the awesome crew at Honda Marine. Honestly, I couldn't be more happy with how this motor goes. Been out a few times in this boat now, just getting it all dialed in, and this thing throws down so much power, which is going to be a really critical part when we're going fishing over bars, and really just anytime we want to tow anything behind the boat. We've gone for the 175 horsepower. I explained it a bit in one of our last videos. Basically this is a V6 motor. If you go for the 150 horsepower, which was our other option, it's a 4-cylinder. So this one, even though it's a bigger motor, it's actually more fuel efficient to push this boat along. The motor's not having to work as hard, it's operating at lower revs most of the time. So we've got better fuel economy, more power, and man does this thing look awesome. The other really important part of kit we've got on this boat is the electronics. So we've got a Raymarine unit inside, which I'll show you shortly, which is absolutely epic, but powering that out the back here is 2 transducers. So we've got a 1 kilowatt one, as well as one that provides the 3D imaging. So basically anything that's going on underneath, we can see. We can go and find the fish, which is a really big part of fishing, is being able to have a look over those pins, deep water or shallow water, figure out where the fish are. So that's going to be a game changer. But I think that's enough of the outside. We can show you more inside, but first let's chuck this in a drink, get out on the water, because it is a beautiful day here in Omaha, and I'm itching to get out there and show you the rest of the inside. Alright, boats in the water, easy as launching this thing. Let's head around the point. I think we're gonna go try and find a couple of fish as well, go for a bit of an explore. So this Axiom 2 Pro is an absolute beast. We can see absolutely everything going on underneath. We've got a couple of different modes we can operate in, given that we have the 2 transducers on the back. So we've got our TM265. That's going to give us our real good look at the bottom, figure out where all the fish are. But the other one we have is this Real Vision 3D, which is a real game changer. You can map out everything going on around you, which is a really cool bit of kit to have for the types of fishing we do. So these electronics are awesome. It's Raymarine Axiom 2 Pro, 12-inch display, and really stoked that Lusty Blundell have hooked us up with this, because it is going to absolutely change the way we fish. All of these electronics up here have been fitted by the awesome team at Okuma Marine. They have done an absolutely stellar job of getting everything looking really tidy. If you open up behind the dash here, everything's immaculate, and that was the way I wanted it to be, super tidy. So if we ever want to add anything up here, it's really easy to work on, but it also looks really nice. Everything's all set out. You can see everything's in good alignment. So just to run you through a bit of an overview of what we've got going on electronics wise up here. Obviously mentioned the Axiom, but we've also got our Honda screen up here. This gives us all our fuel burn rates, how much fuel we've got left, revs, trim, just helps us to know everything that's going on with our motor, which is obviously really critical when we're doing our offshore missions, sending out wide. Elsewhere up here we've got our drum winch control. On the front we've got a drum winch for the anchor, which makes life really easy when we do want to drop that down. Don't use it a whole lot, but it's great to have that there when we pull up in bays, or if we're going to be bait and burley or that sort of fishing. We've got our Raymarine VHF radio. The cool thing about this one is that it's tethered to the Axiom Pro, so it shares all the brightness, which is really handy when we're operating at night time and you don't want those bright lights in your face while you're cruising around trying to see everything in the dark. So we can dim the display on our Axiom, it'll dim that down as well, keep everything up front nice and dim for looking out. Also on the Honda side of things, we've got our troll controls. What this enables is that you can set the speed for trolling, and then you can just push the plus or minus to control that speed, but it also just means that it's topping up the electronics. So when you're running all your electronics, searching for the fish, playing the radio, doing whatever, and you're just trolling along, the motor's still producing enough power with the alternator to charge up all the rest of your electronics, so you're not going to have any battery issues. The only other thing we've got up here is our radio. So we've got a radio unit connected in to a couple of speakers. That's also connected to our Axiom, so we can control that all from up here. The other cool thing with this Axiom unit is that we've actually put an autopilot on this boat, and it is all controlled from our Axiom. We've got our autopilot controls right here built into the display, so we don't have an extra gauge up here to control it. Everything's controlled from this unit. The reason we went with autopilot is it's really helpful when you're game fishing to be able to just set a course and stick on it. You don't want all your lures and everything tangling up when you're running like 5 rods spread out the back. So yeah, for that reason I was pretty keen to get autopilot on this boat. And also just when you're cruising around, it means you can just set it, cruise along, you're not zigzagging your way to destinations and burning fuel unnecessarily. So really stoked to have that on the boat here, and I think that's going to be a real good addition to our fishing platform. Well, of course it wouldn't be a fishing boat without some epic gear, and as always we've partnered with CD Rods and Okuma, and they have given us a full assortment of epic gear to get fishing on this boat. Today I brought out the 2 soft bait setups and a couple of jig combos, just in case we pick up some liveys or want to drop some mechanical jigs, but I think today we'll be focusing on soft baiting. So I'll give you a full run through in a future video of all this gear, but today I'm going to be using the Extra Sense and the new Okuma Inspira. So I'll get some leader on this, chuck out one of our Crush City soft baits and see if we can get hooked up to a snapper. Alright, well we've just pulled around the coastline and parked up in this little bay. We've got our Haswing Cayman out the front now, holding us on the spot so we can run through everything inside here with you. There's only a couple more things I want to show you up the front. One of the things that I'm most excited about, and maybe this is just specific to being a YouTuber, but on each side here, we've got these USB ports. So all the electronics you could ask for. From these we're going to be running GoPros, and then we've got the same over the other side. Still haven't figured out how exactly I'm going to mount the GoPros. Playing around with a couple of mounts on top of the hardtop, but if you've got any ideas on good ways to mount those, let me know. What I'm wanting to do is have kind of a pole sticking out the side here and getting the angle looking back at the boat, which I think will be epic when we've got big game fish at the side of the boat, or even just some trout when we're netting them. So we've got USB points all set out there. We've got heaps of them up the front. We've got a 12 volt, we've got USBs in here. They're just USB A's, and then we've got some more in here as well. A couple more A's, so we can charge up our phones, charge up GoPros, charge up camera batteries, and just keep everything topped up, which is really key when we're out filming. The other really cool thing is with the Sportfish package on this 2050 Supercab, it comes with a whole lot of lighting. So even like up in here on both sides, we've got lights. Down under here, there's little lights that shine across the deck. So lots of options for lining up things at night. I think it was these ones come in red and white. So you got both options at night time. If you don't want it too bright, don't want to attract all the bugs, you can run the red lights there as well. At the moment, we haven't got any FLIR or anything like that on it. Might be an addition we make later on, but for now I thought we've got heaps of electronics to get my head around how to use it all. But it's definitely something that we might look to do in the middle of the year, going into the tuna fishery, jigging down at Waiho Bay. One thing I touched on earlier was the storage in this boat is phenomenal. We've got U-deck all round, we've got U-deck on the floor, U-deck in the sides here, and we've got U-deck in these little cubbies as well, just to keep all the knickknacks. We've got our Crush City, drink bottles, phones, all that sort of stuff in there, just stops everything rocking around. Up the front's pretty standard. We've got a nice big battery there powering our Haswing Cayman. That is brand new and it's unreleased, so I can't show you that. But if you keep watching our videos in the next few weeks, we'll be sure to show you what's up the front there. But yeah, otherwise the cab's very much dedicated to just storing stuff, stowing stuff. There's a couple of seats up there, but the reason we got the 2050 over the 2100 was because we're not planning on overnighting on this boat much. If we do, then we'll just sleep out in the deck space here. But it's much better suited to fishing, in my opinion. We've got a lot of length through here for what I want to do with it. Under these steps, which are really handy, you can fold that down when you want to step through over the transom. We've got our little Angler's Logbook stickers, just a nice little graphite touch there in the corner to contrast against that black, just to have a logo in there. Always pretty cool seeing your own brand on things. In the corner here, we've got deck wash. So when we want to, we can spray down the deck with salt water. If we're going out tuna fishing and get blood all over the deck, we can hose everything down before it dries and sets on it. At the back of the boat here, we've got our bait station. This is just everything you need for whatever type of fishing you're going to be doing. You can see up here we've added on this little measure sticker, so it means that if I was better at fishing today, we could have had a snapper here to hold against it, check it's legal before it goes in the bin. There's also measurements down on the floor. This is plenty long enough for measuring all sorts of fish, big kingies and this sort. So it's a good touch, but just for kind of everyday fish, just want to have something up here where we're doing all our dirty work so the floor doesn't get too grubby. In here we've actually got a live bait tank. There's a little hatch through the top here. It's got a little bung in there, just this wee thing that you do up when you want to keep the water in there, and then when you're not using it you can just leave it loose in there. That closes down. You can see all your fish swimming around in here when you fill it up with live baits, and it's a nice size hatch for pulling them out when you're ready to rig up your baits. So the other thing I really like about this boat is, other than these sturdy rod holders we've got all along both sides, is these cup holders, which are just so handy. It's got a little cup holder and then kind of this little knick-knack cubby next to it, but instead of drinks, like I don't have too many drinks when I'm out fishing. Instead, I actually chuck in like jig heads, sinkers. If you're fishing with bait, ledger rigs, you can chuck your sinker in there, deal to your bait, unhook your fish, and it's not swinging around, banging the side of the boat. So real good if you're fishing with kids or people that don't really know what they're doing as well. Elsewhere, we've got U-deck obviously along the side here, super comfy for walking along. We've got steps up onto the side if you want to move around onto the front. Nice grab rails if you're rocking around in the swell. You can hold onto that while you're fishing in your other hand. And then these really sturdy cleats, which allow us to run all our ropes if we're out game fishing, to run our teasers and all that sort of thing off there. So really, like the Stabicraft is the ultimate for practicality and versatility. It's why we went with Stabicraft. It's why I got the 2050 Supercab Sportfish. It's an all-rounder. It does everything I want, nothing I don't. There's no wasted space, there's no wasted frills. It's a fishing boat, and it is going to be epic. It's going to do everything that I want to do fishing wise. We're going to be doing freshwater fishing, we're going to be doing game fishing, snapper, kingfish, you name it, we're going to be doing it. We're going to be traveling all around New Zealand fishing on this absolute weapon of a boat. To see that, you're going to have to subscribe to the channel. And lastly, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments. Did we choose the right boat? Do we spec it out the right way? How would you have done it differently? Let me know in the comments. And a big thank you to Stabicraft, to Honda Marine, to Lusty and Blundell, and CD Rods, Okuma and Rapala for backing us, for supporting us to make this dream a reality, because I've worked my butt off for the last few years to make this happen. I didn't think it would happen, and I didn't think I'd be able to get a boat as nice as this. But I couldn't be more stoked. It's my childhood dream come true, and this is only the beginning, because from here we're going to be going out fishing and catching some big fish on this thing. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode.